everybody, Danny Maude here, head professional at the Canterbury Golf Club in Kent. This week I'm going to deal with a question I had from one of my lady members who was constantly getting a bent left arm in the golf swing and therefore unable to deliver the right type of power back to that golf ball. She'd had the problem for quite a few months, and actually to get rid of it, it was actually very straightforward. Just a couple of things that you need to do to get rid of that left bent arm. So let's show you how we did it. The first thing you've got to remember is you've got to have a decent grip. A lot of people who get a bent left arm have a very weak left hand grip for right-handed golfers and a weak right-handed grip for left-handed golfers. So the left hand being weak sits too much to the left-hand side of the golf club here, and therefore they can't hinge their wrists very well. So they pick it up here, and because they can't hinge their wrists, they hinge their elbow instead. So that's the first thing. We've got to have that left arm much more on top of the golf club here, right? So much more here. This way I can apply a force down with the hand to allow the club to hinge. Very important. Which leads us on to the next stage. So many people bend the left elbow simply because they don't hinge in the right place. So when they're swinging here, what they tend to do is they swing back with absolutely no wrist hinge. They keep going, and then they kind of realize the club here hasn't got to the top of the swing, so then start to fold the arm in this position here. That immediately narrows the swing and loses all the power. So really simply, all we got to do is, once the grip's in place and you can hinge properly, what you then want to do is start to let the wrist hinge. Apply a force down with the arm, allow the wrist to hinge. That force, look at this here, as I'm pushing away, the force is coming away. This is really extending. I can feel a pull now, and that's immediately getting my left arm straight. As the wrist hinges backwards, as this pulls here, if you try this as well, it's a good exercise, you pull back here, you'll feel a real pull, and it automatically straightens the left arm. Let's go through that again. So if you don't hinge your wrists, then you're gonna have to hinge something else, which becomes the left arm. How do we stop this? Realize that the hinging here prevents the hinging here. So the hinging here prevents the hinging here. And how do we do this properly? We apply a force, we push away whilst hinging, feel that force, feel the pull, and that immediately gets that left arm much straighter. I'll show you how this looks. So here we are. We don't want to kind of have no wrist hinge here. What we're going to do, we're going to apply a force to the ground here, pushing down, allowing the wrist to hinge here, working up, still pushing away here, immediately straightens left arm and allows us to put pressure on that golf ball. Okay, just like that. So getting the left arm straight shouldn't be a very difficult problem. Make sure you've got the grip in place first, then allow the hinge in the wrists. You get the hinge in the wrists, you won't have to hinge at the elbow. I hope it works out for you. If you've got any questions at all, of course, leave them in the comments box below. I'll do my best to answer them over the coming weeks. And of course, if you're enjoying this training and you'd like to see it in your inbox every week, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell. Until next week, have a great golfing week.